Alright, YouTube. After a little bit of a hiatus, I decided I wanted to start getting some videos uploaded again and get back on the horse, as you say, and try to get some more reviews out there, get some more ideas out there. This one's not necessarily a review, but it is going to be going over some products that I use to, I don't know, come up with a solution or a nice EDC pouch system for specifically a 1/4-inch drive set, and a way to keep it on you fairly easy. Now, that is currently this pouch here from Vaporade, whatever. You can find them on Amazon. They come in a bunch of different shapes and sizes. I've had this one for a while, and I've been using it. I mean, technically every day in my EDC. It was holding things like fingernail clippers, some odds and ends like new stylus points for my Surface pencil, and kind of oddball stuff. It was carrying my business cards, but I wasn't really digging the use. I mean, yeah, it was holding things that were relatively important, but I found that I could put most of those things in like an Altoids tin, and it was even more compact and better for the function than what this was really being utilized for. So I was thinking to myself, what in my EDC am I not carrying that I'd like to carry more? And that was a 1/4-inch set, and specifically holding sockets in the 1/4-inch set. Now this can hold quite a bit, and it's not stuffed. I mean, I could probably get a whole nother set of sockets in there. Right now I only have standard sockets in there because that's what my snap-on set is, but I could easily add a metric set to this as well, which I might end up doing. Or maybe I'll swap out some standards that are less likely to be used for metrics that are more likely to be used in certain situations. But yeah, I so far I'm liking the solution. There's a little bit of redundancy that maybe isn't necessary, but I kind of like them for different reasons. So let's break down some of the things that I put in here. One is my snap-on 1/4-inch drive ratchet. Man, I've had this thing for I think I was 21 when I got it, when I was going to school as part of the kit. So wow, 15-ish years now that I've had this drive. And to be honest with you, I have a bit of a ratchet problem, and you might see as we start going through this video, I have a lot of different ratchets, and this one probably hasn't gotten the use that it deserves, so I really wanted to get it into a kit that I could do that. So there's that. In the front, I picked up this old, actually I got it here, this old set of Craftsman bits and bobs, sockets, V series, different extensions. I got another piece over here, which is like a T-handle from it, which again, I bought this kit years and years ago and haven't really gotten a great use out of it. So this was kind of another excuse to get it into something. So now I put the breaker bar in with the kit, and I really like having a breaker bar, especially for 1/4-inch drive stuff, because you hate to put too much, gusto on a ratchet drive. It's nice to have something that's actually meant to be a little bit more beat up, pried on. Ooh, actually, you know what? I didn't even notice. Oh man, maybe I'm redundant on top of redundant. I never noticed what this little bar is for. Oh, nice. Look at that. We're learning together, YouTube. This is great. maybe I'll think about putting that in this case as well. But I kind of have a T-handle handle. Then I'm going to show you some more bits and bobs that are doing some things. So again, there's your Craftsman breaker bar. There's your quarter drive ratchet. This is a, I believe they call these a sliding T-handle. It's got a really strong ball detent on it. I almost think I might want to get a little bit of grease down in there just to try to help it a little bit. It almost sounds scratchy. You hear that? It's very tight, but it snaps into place nice. Now, one thing I'm going to do is, because, you know, obviously you can't just find these all the time, and then this is quite pricey. I'm going to show you an easy way to get the alternatives in a kit like this, just to, you know, keep it on the cheap side, give you a 1/4-inch drive set that you want to carry on you in your EDC, you know, backpack or sling, whatever you choose to carry something around it, because I doubt this is in your pocket, so you probably have like a EDC backpack, right? But you don't want to take up a lot of space in there with a lot of different bit sets, or, you know, like this. This is a 1/4-inch drive set from Pittsburgh. I mean, this is huge. Look at the, I mean, you're going to throw that in your backpack? No. But you're going to get a very high level of functionality out of this that you could something this size. So anyway, moving on. One of my favorites, and this thing hasn't seen enough use either, and part of that is because I've designed my own. So at work, I don't use this one. I've been using this one. So I've designed my own spinner handle. I told you I have a ratchet problem. Designed my own spinner handle, and I actually have a video to that if you're interested in seeing the process of making exactly this style here. I go through the process. It's not super in-depth as far as how exactly to do it, but you're kind of more along for the ride with me doing it. I saw something I wanted to do, so I ran with it. I really enjoy these because they give you a screwdriver handle, but they also give you a extension, and they give you a really nice ball form contact here to screw stuff off, you know, after you loosen it up. It's really nice. I can't say enough good things about spinner handles. Now, this is one you can purchase right from Amazon. At least that's where I got it from. So I'll try to find it back in Amazon again and link it in the description below if it's still there. But this one specifically, I think I'm going to stick in the kit only because of profile, right? Like I wasn't trying to be cute with this profile as far as size is concerned. I knew this was going to be a at work, in toolbox, in tool tote, more than enough room. It's tool heavy, you know, it's not like an EDC. It's got to be slim and all that. So I like having the extra profile for that. But in this kit, fits really good in here, being the lower profile handle. So one thing I really like about this is when you use the T-handle, now you have a really nice T-handle you can snap into any socket, or if you carry a bit set with you, which I do as well, you can use bits in this, you know, your Phillips and your flats and all that, and really get a lot of work done there. But also, you know, say you needed an extension to break something loose, this is just a nice, good socket extension for that. Almost kind of a fidget toy too when you put it on a ratchet, which I very much enjoy. All right, let's see. So now this one was kind of I had room left. I haven't been using it and I want to use it more. Addition to this, which is these slip joints, which are Japanese made. I just kind of stumbled upon these looking through odd tools on Amazon, and I really liked the look. I liked the handles, the profile. Nice 3-place slip joint. And these are kind of perfect in this scenario because, again, I'm trying to stay low profile, so they're really they're really thin. I might actually have my icons near me. Yeah. So I have an icon set that is a wonderful set. I use it all the time at home. This is kind of a at-home tool for me. Instead of taking it to work with me, I have other options at work that I can use. But man, the handles are comfortable, but they're thick. The head itself is much more robust, thicker, substantially larger tool. So it really doesn't make sense in a kit like this, but this guy slips in there nice. And now I have a slip joint plier on me that I wouldn't have normally carried with my other EDC loadout for 1/4 inch drive. So there's that. And then I won't take all of these out, but all I have in here right now is a pile of, oh, also a stubby extension. Not super necessary, but it's there. I also have a swivel joint in this set that I didn't have here. I actually have it at work, so I plan on dumping that in here too, just to have a swivel socket. These came in with my snap-on set when I got the whole tool kit going through school, and so these are snap-on little 12-point 1/4 drive sockets. Very nice. I've used these quite a lot. Never had one fail on me. They still basically look brand new. Very good sockets. I mean, you pay a lot of money for them, so you'd hope they'd be good. It's good to know too, if I ever break anything, should be covered. These go quite small. And again, that's why I'm thinking I might be able to swap out maybe some of these really small ones for some more functional metric sockets. And I definitely have the space in here to do it. So now the other part that, or the other side that I was talking about, where maybe you can't find a weird old set of these, and maybe you don't want to spend all the money on a snap-on set. This is cheap, so not really super concerned about a substitute for that. I mean, yeah, of course you could just put a normal socket extension, but I really like the spinner handles. And then these, I'll link in the description below, but I want to say they were somewhere in like the $15 range. And that being the case, you could probably find cheaper, but I really like the look of these, so that's what I would recommend. But let's look at an alternative, right? Let's see if we can shove some things in this set that you could go right now buy at, say, Harbor Freight and get everything you need to throw in this set. Now you look here, you have your 1/4 inch drive. It's a little taller, but we'll see how it fits. You have an extension. If you didn't want to use one of these, you could just simply throw one of those in there. I wouldn't use this myself. You could throw it in there, but it not being a spinner handle kind of loses it for me. And then you have your metric sockets. I might actually throw some of these into, you know what, let's do it now. Let's see how stuffed up it gets. Like I told you, we're gonna learn together today. You know what? I'm gonna steal this swivel socket too. Throw that in there. Why not? Let's have some fun with today. Now you might go, hey, you're missing a piece. You're missing a replacement for the T-handle. The T-handle is a super cool component. Well, ta-da! I do have one. It doesn't have the center channel in it, which is kind of disappointing. This is, let's see if I can focus in on it. It's Taiwan made. This is Williams. You can find these on Amazon. I want to say somewhere between 10 or 15 bucks. I use the 3/8 drive a lot at work. I tend to not have a ton of uses for the 1/4 drive at work, so it kind of just has been sitting around. So I actually brought it home, keep it here in my little tool drawer. But I was going to put this in the set, and then I remembered I had this cool old Craftsman one, so I was like, why not? Let's throw it in the set. But anyway, that could be an alternative, as a couldn't find a nifty old one at a flea market. Well, let's buy a brand new one from Amazon for really not that much. And let's repack this thing. So that fits pretty good. 1/4 inch socket drive, and I think you can even get smaller ones from Harbor Freight too, so you could probably even find a better version of this. But again, this was the one kit. Pretty cheap. I can't imagine they're any more than 25 bucks for the kit. You get all the sockets you need, you get the drive, you get the extension you could throw there. You got that cheap guy for, what I say, 12 bucks, something like that. You throw that in the middle there. I don't have a good example for the breaker bar, so I'll leave that out for now. You know, you could put that there, but if you ain't got a 1/4 breaker bar, we'll leave that out for now. We'll throw this back in there. And you know what? Maybe you're less stuck on getting something like this. You know, yeah, we could throw that in there. It's perfect. But, you know, let's see what this Harbor Freight one looks like in there that might fit too. Yep, sure does. I don't like it, but it fits. I want that one, so let's do that. Okay, and then socket set in the back. You know, I got my standards in here. Let's see if these metrics are going to fit in here. I feel like I had a lot of room up until this moment. Now, the only sad part about this is, well, when you go to use it, you're going to be spilling out sockets trying to find what you need. That's not lost on me, but I think if for what it's doing and what it's handling in the moment, that's fine. You know, I consider designing up like a little 3D print organizer of some sort that'll fit in there, something that like allows sockets to be connected on like one bar with basically two-way post coming off of it, and maybe that would work, but sometimes that adds bulk that's not necessary. I got to work on that. If I figure that out, I'll make a video about that as well. But there you go. This thing's packed out now. Not too shabby. Doesn't quite give me the enjoyment that I get out of using some of my tools that haven't seen a lot of work, like my Snap-on and like these old Craftsman tools that I really am digging on. I really enjoy these. Those kind of make me feel a little bit better about having the kit together, especially to get the use out of those. But yeah, now in this scenario, this thing is packed and I think it's very useful. So I think that's worth anybody exploring if you want to carry an EDC toolkit on you. I think this guy works pretty good. So yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me if you found this useful. You know, leave comments down below for what you've used to make kits like this. If this is something that you've found useful in the past, you know, maybe you keep this in your vehicle as a last hope for maybe helping you tighten up a battery terminal if your battery terminal slipped and your car doesn't want to start, or fixing the oddball things when you're out at anywhere and something needs to be fixed. Maybe you're at your family's house and something went down and it's nice to have a little toolkit on you. I definitely have a pretty big loadout of tools that I carry as my EDC. If that's something you guys are interested too, let me know. I'll go through my EDC backpack and lately my EDC sling that I generally carry on me. The backpacks, you know, I call it EDC. It's not really every day. I really only do my backpack for work. That's like a work EDC. My everyday would be my sling and some supporting components to that. So yeah, anyway, leave comments down below. Let me know if you got any ideas for me. If you stuck around this long, you are the best. Thank you so much for the support, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Peace out.